it's Michelle, and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. Happy Monday. Now, I do apologize. I did mention I was going to have a video out for you yesterday. Unfortunately, it was like Grand Central Station, and everyone and their mom decided to call me yesterday. So I sat there and caught up with some friends and my sister. Now, I want to thank everyone who went over and signed up for my free Patreon membership. Now, what's happening is YouTube has a brand new AI algorithm where they're literally hiding me from my subscribers, and people are getting unsubscribed or they're not receiving my notifications every time I do a brand new video. So I signed up for a Patreon where you can follow me for free, but you have to follow the instructions. So when you click on my link, go to the top right, there are these three little hamburger buttons. You click on it and it says become a free member. Sign up with your email address and you can follow me, you can follow Sue Smith, you can follow Popcorn Planet, you can follow several creators for free and you will receive free updates. It's just another way for me to communicate with you without depending on YouTube to send out push notifications. So thank you for the people who went and signed up. So I will have the link for you in the description as well as a pinned comment for you to go and sign up for free. But you guys, we have a lot of juicy royalty to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. Prince William showed up tonight for the 2024 BAFTA Awards donning a blue velvet tuxedo, and ladies, he looked sharp and debonair as always. Now, he was seen walking the red carpet where he was chatting up movie stars like Kate Blanchett and David Beckham. Now, Prince William has served as the president of the British Academy of Film and Television Arts since 2010. Now, we do love seeing William attending the award shows. Unfortunately, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was not with him as she is still recovering from a major abdominal surgery, and she has not been seen publicly since January 16th. So we do wish Catherine a very speedy recovery, but it was nice to see William out and about. And ladies, let's just enjoy the eye candy of Prince William. So let's talk about the train wreck that was Harry and Meghan this past week promoting the Invictus Games in Canada. Now, if you wouldn't have told me that they were promoting the Invictus Games, I would have thought they were filming a cheesy Hallmark movie. Yeah, all they needed was a puppy dog, some hot chocolate, and a meet cute moment on the slopes. Harry and Meghan walking around putting on a show of affection and love, and oh, we're so happy for the cameras. There were more cameramen and camera crew than there were actual participants and people standing around on the slopes. It looked like a Hollywood production. Harry and Meghan have been reduced to being the prince and princess of PR. Everything they do is for the clickety-clicks of the camera. Nothing about Harry and Meghan, in my opinion, is authentic. They are phony baloney. And now everything has come full circle, and Harry's 25-hour visit to go see his daddy, now all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to fit together. And quite frankly, it's very sad and it's kind of disgusting how Harry is using his father's illness to keep himself relevant and attached to the royal family. So Harry and Meghan were in Whistler, Canada, promoting the first ever Winter Games for the Invictus Games, which is happening in 2025. But let's be real here. It was the Harry and Meghan show. It's always about Harry and Meghan. And this is one of the crucial mistakes that they keep making in regards to their brand or whatever their brand is, right? Harry and Meghan have really royally messed up, in my opinion, this whole entire Megxit journey. So here they are out there promoting the Invictus Games, and they invite GMA to come out there and do a little interview with them, which was really awkward and cringy. And in my opinion, Harry was acting like a royal arse. He was being extremely defiant and a little nasty, in my opinion, to the interviewer, giving him this very clipped and defensive short answers that make no sense. It's like, does he not have people who can coach him how to act like a nice person on camera? He seemed very arrogant to me, very defensive when he was just asked simple questions. So for me, my takeaway is the visit with King Charles didn't go as planned. He wanted to get in the press and make himself look good and pat himself on the back. Okay, that worked. But I don't think King Charles and Camilla and the rest of the royal family are opening up with open arms and welcoming Prince Harry the way that he expected them to welcome him. You can tell when he was asked simple questions, he was kind of deflecting and he was defensive, and he gave really weird, vague answers. When he asked about his father's health, he was like, well, I'm really happy that I was able to fly over there and see him. It was all about himself. I'm like, so you're happy that you were able to get on a private plane, fly 11 hours for a 30-minute visit. Like most people, that's kind of odd, right? So he made it seem like, I'm so glad I got to make this big production of myself and telling the entire world what a wonderful person I am. I'm so glad I got to be there for my pa. So he made it about himself, and then they asked him about the king's diagnosis, and he's like, that's gonna stay between us. Like you can keep a secret, right, Harry? Like you're just such a loyal son to your dad. I mean, give it a break, right? But then he asked him some weird questions about the family, and Harry was like, my family's here. My family's here. So to me, it sounds like there's definitely not really a reconciliation on the table. They don't have a relationship. From that, he was very cold. He was very curt, kind of clipped to the point. And then the interviewer asked him, how is Harry as a dad? That's classified. That's classified. What? It's classified to talk about being a dad? Like, I think that was Harry's trying to be funny, but he's not funny. He's dull, he's boring, he's arrogant. I mean, what else is there to say? He really is not a likable person, in my opinion. He seems like a very pompous jerk. The poor interviewer was trying to get something, trying to get a sound bite, and then he says, oh, kids, they're so funny, they have a great sense of humor, like kids are. It's like he doesn't have much to say about his kids. How much does he really interact with his children? Because Harry and Meghan are gone a lot from their children. We all know they never bring their children anywhere. So when you ask him parenting questions, he's very awkward, he's very vague, and again, he doesn't seem very authentic. And he asked him what he does all day. I'm busy around the house and in the house, as one is. Wow, that was very informative, Harry. Thanks for sharing that nonsensical nothing burger answer. I mean, my God. I mean, are you outside thinking, fixing the sprinkler? Are you taking the trash? Are you doing a doggy do run? Are you taking the children to school? We know he does none of those things. He's probably in his room getting high, playing Xbox. So I guess he couldn't tell the world that. So he had to make up, I'm very busy, out and in the house. Like, are you busy walking in and out the house? Like, what the hell are you doing with yourself all day? I would say nothing, but that's my opinion. So the interview was awkward. It was to make Harry look like the dutiful son, but again, it was a desperate attempt to make sure that Harry has hitched his wagon to the royal family, because we are 4 years into Megxit, and the further and further out that we go, the further and further out Harry and Meghan are completely separated from the royal family, and that is a problem. Now, Meghan Markle, She looked lovely. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I did like her outfits. She has that monochromatic look that she likes to do, kind of like, in my opinion, she looked a little bit like Princess Leia in The Empire Strikes Back. She was cosplaying Princess Leia. She loves a monochromatic look. I actually liked her look. It's the quiet luxury. I thought she looked great. It was out of place. She was wearing really expensive brands to go to a ski slope. Again, she looked like she was filming a commercial or a Hallmark movie and not promoting the veterans or the Invictus Games. Now, there was a day where she kind of had a mishap with her bronzer or her personal tan. I don't know what happened in a 24-hour period, but she kind of looked like an Oompa Loompa. I'm going to be honest with you, Meghan, you really need to lay off the bronzer. I don't know what happened, but girlfriend, you need to have an assistant or somebody help you apply that self tanner because you were a little bronze and a little orange. Just saying. And you forgot to do your hands. Again, I'm not a great self-tanner, but seriously, you're in front of the entire world, in front of cameras. You really need to get the bronzing down because it was very noticeable that you were a little bit orange. Now, in my opinion, Harry and Meghan have definitely backed themselves into a corner and they only have themselves to thank because in my opinion, you got one person going right, one person going left, and they're not communicating with each other. Everything about Harry and Meghan is nonsensical and it's hypocritical and they look like a bunch of royal fools. They can't make up their mind if they're part of the royal family or if they're not a part of the royal family. But we all know they're pretty much nothing without Harry and Meghan's connection to the royal family. So that whole PR stunt that he pulled when he went to go see his daddy for 25 hours, now we know it was all for publicity. We all know he had that Run-a-Prince gig where he had to show up on Thursday to hand out that NFL award. Then they had to go over to Canada where they had to do the Invictus Game promotions and the Good Morning America interview. They had to have something that made him look like he was still in with the royal family. That is why, in my opinion, he ran over there. He made a big production of it, calling Backgrid to say, look at me, y'all, I'm here. Paul, I'm coming, Paul, your darling boy, I'm coming. Backgrid, take my photograph. It was all for publicity, and he says in the interview, I'm so glad that I was able to go over and see my dad. Woo! I'm so glad I got it on camera too, y'all. Woohoo! So in my opinion, Harry and Meghan definitely effed up another Invictus PR moment, taking the focus away from the veterans and the actual Invictus Games and turning it into the Harry and Meghan show. Now, Meghan was out there head to toe in designer gear. She was Merchant Meg all over again. This woman never once donned any Invictus Games gear. I think they missed a really big opportunity where they could have made some really nice Invictus gear and they probably would have gotten a lot of people to buy it, especially if Meghan was wearing it. But instead, she was out there in Hermes and Calvin Klein and whatever the heck she was wearing. None of it was the Invictus Games. Now again, they're on an Invictus Games promotional tour. Why was Meghan not merching? Even Harry, when he came out there, was wearing an Eddie Bauer outfit. I think he put the shirt on once or twice. But again, it's like, Harry and Meghan, do y'all not understand branding? Do you not understand when you're there promoting the Invictus Games, you should be decked out in Invictus gear? Again, the only thing I know about the upcoming Invictus Games is that there's 55 people participating and it's going to be in February of 2025. And I know that Meghan doesn't know how to apply bronzer. That's literally what I learned during those couple of days that Harry and Meghan were there. But in my opinion, Harry and Meghan are definitely in crisis mode as they don't know their left from their right. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know if they want to be independent. They don't know if they want to be part of the royal family. So there's another story that came out that Prince Harry in his delusional bird brain believes he could be called back to be a temporary royal family member, that he can come back and work part-time as a part-time working royal while the king is recovering from cancer. Well, word from the palace is hell no, hell no. I think they have a better chance of bringing Uncle Andy and Fergie back as working royals before they'll ever bring Prince Harry back. I think Harry, that door is permanently closed, but again, he is so delusional, he thinks there's a possibility. I think Harry forgets that there are two sides of the royal family. There's the royal family, ma and pa, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, and there's the firm. The firm is the working side of the royal family, and that door, son, is permanently closed. You will never be on the payroll. You will never be a working royal. You might be sitting in the church pew behind Uncle Andy on Christmas morning praying to baby Jesus, but you're not going to be out performing royal duties. But Harry, again, is so delusional. He thinks that his father is going to let him do it because he came over there for 30 minutes. Surely I'm going to come back into the royal fold, and I'll even bring a picture of Archie and Lilibet that you can put on your fridge, Pa. Come on, Harry. You have permanently proven that you cannot be trusted. So all those fake stories of a reconciliation or Prince Harry's going to come back into the royal fold as a temporary part-time royal, honey, that door has been closed for 4 years. In my opinion, if Harry and Meghan would have left the royal family without trashing the family, without using their titles, yeah, there definitely could have been a possibility, but he can never ever go back after all of the damage that he has done to the royal family. Now, in my next video, we're going to talk about how Harry and Meghan are desperate to go back into the royal fold because Hollywood is crashing and burning around their feet. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please leave me your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the Invictus tour and about Harry's PR stunt to go over and see his pa. And let me know if you think Harry could ever come back as a temporary part-time royal. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.